It was a sanctuary for me. I was in a very demanding role. And this place is peaceful and it's productive. My name is Max Blau. We're right at the edge of the Woolwich Township. This property has been absolutely wonderful for my wife Lynn and I. And this forest around us is a way of becoming recharged, reconstituted, getting grounded. I had a very busy role at the university, and I called it tractor therapy to come out here. My activities in the woods here were a complete contrast to what I did in a day-to-day job. And they restored me. They were the kinds of activities that helped me to be better at my job and to live a more rich and fulfilled life. Lynn and I really valued stewarding this land because we like growing things, we like improving where we live. We very much enjoyed the neighborhood and our neighbors, so keeping our property up was a way of keeping up with our neighbors who really look after their places as well. And it was a sense of community in terms of growing. We planted an awful lot of trees. We look after the soil, the water, the plants. There's wildlife in here that is fabulous, fun to watch, woodpeckers and owls, coyotes, deer, the occasional beaver comes through. One of the things we loved about it is that our neighbors are incredibly supportive. It's a community of people who really get along well, who share social events together. The forest itself, you can see in the background here, it's a peaceful, wonderful place. There's a lot of elevation, so we get wetland species, we get Carolinian forest species in here. There's a great variety of trees. I enjoyed trying to manage. I didn't have a lot of time, but trying to manage this as a managed forest area. That reduces our taxes. We have land on the other side of the valley that is under agricultural, soybeans this year. That reduces our taxes. We've planted trees along the creek bottoms and so on to shade the water, to keep the water cool for the fish and so on that are in there. It's the end of a glacier. It dumped a whole bunch of stone and whatnot in here. In fact, occasionally you'll find some huge rocks. I know Dave McRae, my neighbor, his dad and granddad blew up a huge rock, and the remnants of it are along the side of the property here that they moved over in stone boats probably 60, 80 years ago. I don't know when that occurred, but you really understand the history of cultivation of the land, stewardship of the land here. But we love snowshoeing in here, we love skiing in here. Horseback, people on horseback come through here once in a while. It's fabulous. It's like trail riding. So our property consists of an area around the house, which is lawns and gardens and so on. It then has roughly 15, 18 acres of arable land, soybeans this year. There's a wetland in the bottom. Hopewell Creek runs through that. And then on this side of the valley, we have this managed forest. And one of the things that we love in here when we're walking is there are loads of turkeys, wild turkeys, and they are a hoot. They're really fun to watch, especially with the young ones in the spring. And you might have heard some geese in the background there, the geese and the waterfowl. It's quite remarkable. We have great blue herons down in the wetland. There are beavers, muskrats, as I've said, that come through every once in a while. Muskrats are there all the time. We've seen the one otter during the period of time we've been here. We very much enjoyed the diversity of land that we have. We enjoy the diversity of the plant species. Stewardship of the soil and the water is absolutely critical. Having the kind of diversity of land and forest and open and closed areas means you've got a very high diversity of bird life and wildlife in here, and it's a fabulous place. Oh, I think I'm going to miss the restorative aspects of this land. For me, when I get out here, it doesn't matter how tired and grumpy I am, it just feels wonderful to be out here. I think it's understanding that you're part of a really welcoming, strong community in which you can contribute, play a role, and in a land base in which you can really feel like you're living a fulfilled, peaceful life. It's a sanctuary for me, truly a sanctuary.